Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. I couldn't help myself. I want to take a look. I know that TVT is maybe not as exciting for some players, but it's Nada, who, the old Bonedraw macro god, going up against the new macro god of Terran, Light. Light is, and has been for many, many years, at least as good as Flash at macro. Just an unbelievable macro player. You know, obviously a champion of ASL, although he only won one, and people try to say that he is not as good as people think. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. Basically, every pro is like, Light is god tier. And then every fan is like, oh, he underperforms in ASL. It's like, well, I mean, he did win ASL. But yeah, I would agree that he has somewhat underperformed. And I've mentioned, I think that has to do more with his style, the kind of defensive, reactive macro style that he plays. And look, he's checking Jeho. That's Light's name. And yeah, so that's, you know, he's just so good. I don't expect Nada to be able to beat him. That would shock me. Lee Jeho, Sun Tzu is like player. So yeah, he's like trying to check if this is Light. Light probably has no clue this is Nada, and he's just ignoring him. Can you imagine? Maybe, guys, be nice to when someone messages you. Because, like, this is, like, if Light knew this was Nada, like, I've seen things like this where, like, a new school StarCraft god in real life will meet, like, an older school StarCraft god. Like, I've seen players, like, meet Boxer and stuff, and they'll, like, be falling over, bowing, and be like, oh, my God, hi, nice to meet you. Oh, my gosh, I guarantee, like, every player that, like, became a strong pro in the era that Light did studied the hell out of Nada. Nada is like everyone's favorite Terran player. There isn't a player on Earth that doesn't highly respect him. So I'm a little bit heartbroken here watching Nada try to communicate with Light and just nothing back out of him. And now I'm really rooting for Nada in this game, but again, doesn't seem super, super likely. Okay, so Light is going for a nice fast factory here. Wow, that was a very fast factory. I already had 2 off gas. Interesting. Very good mineral boosting there from Light. I wasn't paying super close attention to that, but not in the meantime. Has gone for a gasless expansion. He actually gets very lucky here. Light's scouting in the wrong direction. So as Light gets down here, he will send this scout over to here. It would be shocking to me if he did not do that, because based on Nada's scout timing, he's got to know that he's close by. It would be super shocking if he was cross map. So I think we'll see Light probably scout to the top left. And we'll see how he reacts here to the gasless expansion, because that can be a little bit hard for a factory expand. It's not quite as hard as, like, if you play against command center first. Oh, Light's just going to scout right around. Okay. He doesn't care at all. He's like, no, it's fine. Which actually, on Light's side, Light doesn't even mind playing against command center first with this build. Now, I think that if TVT were more played, he would eventually end up minding on that, because the command center first just gets an advantage. But I've definitely seen Light peel apart pro gamers doing just about everything with a pretty standard factory expand. And by the way, he went add-on first, which is not super common. If Nada had made a Vulture first and sent it right over, he'd instantly gain an advantage. But the speed of the factory was very, very good. And he knows, for instance, that his factory is quicker than Nada's. Well, he doesn't know it's Nada, but he knows that it's quicker than Nada's unless Nada was doing an all-in. In which case, Light is probably just going to die anyways. So anyways, siege tank on the way. Forward bunker. Couple factories. We'll see, like, does Nada want to go 3 factory again? Last TVT we saw he did. Yeah, looks like it. So 3 factory Vulture, very likely going to be the case. Light may just pressure by rallying tanks and then adding additional factories for Vultures. This is... I feel like this is... Oh, he's going siege mode first. Okay, this is very cool to see. And notice how he's making more Marines. So what you're doing here is you're going to siege the bunker, and you're going to stand the Marines around the siege tank. So if he tries to come out to bust the siege tank, the Marines deal huge amounts of damage. Oh, that's exactly the peak range. Okay, so this... I'm actually really excited to see this choice from Light. This is just like personally, I've tried this build some. It's a little bit tricky because, well, the bunker is going to help immensely. The bunker is going to make it so vultures can't completely break out. Like, vultures just can't fight a bunker that has 4 Marines in it. Just can't at all. And in fact, like, 2 siege tanks here. This is so deadly. This is so deadly. I think he'll probably try to leapfrog another bunker. He starts another bunker here. Damn, against a vulture opener? Light's build is so good. That is incredibly scary. Now he's waiting for speed. The real problem here is the bunker, not the tanks. Like, you could kill these tanks. In fact, if the Marines were just standing near the tanks, you could kill all that. It would be costly, but you could do it. Here, I don't think he can even break through. And look at this. He's landed this. He's put a depot down. SCVs are coming. The vultures deal terrible damage here. They just decide to run past. You can't really blame him on that. He did end up killing both the SCVs, which was important. Look at the amount of damage the vultures take as they go by. 1 out of 3 make it past, and just barely so. Holy crap. Okay, so that was insanely one-sided. Insanely one-sided. We didn't really get to see a lot of Nada's skills in this game. And this has more to do with knowledge than anything. Like, this type of attack is completely knowledge-based. It's not hard to make siege mode and rally these units and make a bunker. Like, there's no pressure even coming out of Nada. This is purely, like, Light has a lot of knowledge here, which is something to mention about him. We talk about him as a heavy macro player and everything, but Light actually, other than Flash, knows the most about Terran. I don't think you could find a single human to say different than that. Like, Light knows so much. There's a bunch of videos of him coaching other ASL Terrans and, like, laughing because they know so little compared to him. And this is one of those things where he looks at it and says, oh, I can do this thing that's incredibly hard to stop. And I mean, I watch a lot of TVTs. I've seen variations of this, but with the double bunker, like, obviously you need to be playing on a map that has buildable terrain for the bunker, but this was against what he was against was insanely strong. Now, if he's playing against siege mode or he's playing against Wraith or something, that's very different. But playing against Vulture, I'm not sure what the hell you're supposed to do against this. You probably, when they make this, you have to pull everything probably to try to break it before he gets a bunker done. That's the only thing I can really think of there. But yeah, that was pretty one-sided, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess that's it. I wanted to see it though. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed somewhat, and we'll see you next time.